All right, everyone. Welcome to another Basement Radio Arcade podcast. I did podcast yesterday with Mod Gaming. If you haven't checked out that podcast with Mod Gaming, definitely check out yesterday's show. We had him on to discuss next gen console hardware and what we might see in terms of performance. So definitely check that out. I thought it was very insightful, very interesting. He really broke down ray tracing, and which I thought was very interesting, and some of the techniques that AMD's new architectures will be able to do in terms of upscaling and stuff. So it was really cool, very insightful. But I wanted to do a quick BRAP rant because of something that news related item that dropped on Friday, and I had the pleasure of joining the folks on Crossfire, Mooch, Crab, Xbot 448, Dark Gonimus, or Dark Goldblum. And we were discussing the no tobacco in Gears 5. And so I wanted to talk more about this because I've been seeing some things on the Twitters lately, and I think there's a little bit of misconception of how people are perceiving those who are talking about tobacco nonsense. And it's not about fanboying or anything like that. But without further ado, I do have a special guest making his BRAP debut, and we've been trying to get him on the show for a long time now. We have Noximus, man. What is going on, bro?
Oh man, yeah, like I was telling you off air, bro. It's been a little hectic this weekend, man. But thankfully all of that is over and done with. I'm here on BRAP. Glad to be here too, Enrique, man. It's a pleasure, bro. I've been wanting to, get up with you in this for a minute, and let's talk about the wacky tobacco.
Well, the interesting thing is that there's a nonprofit organization, and if you're a smoker, you probably have seen. If you guys remember, this probably goes back more than 10, 15 years ago. They used to do a lot of advertising on MTV, thetruth.org, and they were big, anti-tobacco, campaigns, and now they're going after vaping. I told Xbox, I said, hey man, they're coming after you next, buddy. But a big shout out to Xbot 448, by the way. I love the man's passion, man. The man is just passionate about gaming, and he was kind of on the other side of the debate, but love his passion and always appreciate his points of view. But yeah, I mean, so here we are, Knox. It's Friday. We get Gears news, and it's not the news that we want. It's the news that we don't want.
Like always, right?
Like I don't care about. Here's the thing. Why talk about tobacco use or the lack thereof in Gears when there's never really been tobacco use in Gears anyway? Like it's never been a thing in the series. I think except for maybe one scene where there might have been one character who's smoking a cigarette or something. But it's never been part of like Gears culture per se in the game.
Yeah, you're right. Like to be honest, I'm really trying to like think real hard and see if I can remember anyone ever smoking like a cigar or a cigarette in Gears. I really can't. So I mean, if it took place, it took place. It probably did. Who knows? I don't know, but I can't remember it. I don't remember. I don't remember smoking even being a thing. It's not like it's like Solid Snake or something. You know what I mean? Or where
Solid
it's
Snake.
because Solid Snake is known for smoking. Like that's his thing. He'll smoke a cigarette. He even uses the shit. He even weaponizes the shit. You know what I mean? Like So I could, like, I think of that. I think, oh shit, all right. They're taking the cigar out of Metal Gear. The cigar calms him down. Metal Gear, what was it? Snake Eater, right?
Yep.
He smoked the cigar. It calmed him down. It tranquilized his nerves. And in the old one on PlayStation, you could see the infrared beams with it when you lit the cigarette and shit. So it actually came into gameplay and all that. With Gears, I don't recall any of that. I don't recall that ever being a thing. So my question is, what was their intent by even announcing, hey, guys, the smoking in Gears that you have no idea was there? That's not a thing anymore. There you go. It's almost like they say, damn, how can we spin something badly? How can we spin something negatively, right, to just affect us negatively? Let's do this and then do it. And then they execute. I don't know.
Well, the interesting thing, a lot of this stems from, and I don't know, I think some folks don't know this, but So Gears is very much focused on esports. Gears 5, right?
Mm.
And Turner's E League, Turner Broadcasting. Turner has an E League, an esports league, and they promote with a lot of with all the games that are on this Turner E League, that their
Mhm.
games feature smoke. They're basically their video games are smoke free titles, meaning that you don't see any tobacco references or anything like that. But to your point, like Gears never had that. Like
Yeah,
it was never. It like they could have just said, "Hey, Turner," and actually, the Truth.org actually was the one that kind of raised this too with Gears. But they could have said, "Hey, you know what, guys? Yeah, our game's not about that. Like we've never depicted tobacco use, except for maybe some of the live chat mentioned buried in the DLC smoked a cigarette. But that may have been like the one reference to tobacco uses in Gears. Um, but it's like, why did Microsoft have to come out and make
like,
this
yeah, they
big
could have.
announcement?
That's what I'm saying. They could have done that internally. Like, I get it. I get that if Truth is sponsoring this E League, right, and they don't want to have anything to do with cigarettes, and Microsoft wants Gears there because they want it to be, they want it to be a esport. They always
Mhm.
do. Gears is Gears. But they could have just handled that internally. They didn't have to make any announcement. Like there was just no point in announcing it. Like, I don't get it. Like that's the part I don't get. I get why they're not doing it if they choose to not do it for those reasons. But
Yeah.
but to announce it and then say, well, I don't want it in there, so it ain't in there. Now you're just bringing up a whole censorship issue where at least people are going to start, talking about it that way. They're going to think, well, my man, what else are you going to take out of the game that you don't like? You know what I mean? I think that's what pretty much got people in a tizzy. Because to me, this is really a non-issue. I have more of an issue with what other stupid shit Microsoft can do. Like that's my thing with this. Like, damn, what other dumb stuff can you guys do? You don't show the campaign footage at E3. You show some mode nobody cares about, and you do it later on Mixer. And then this is what you associate the title with. The next thing we hear of Gears is, hey, there's no smoking in Gears because I said so. Because
Oh
that's
my.
yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's a great point. It's the and I said this on Crossfire. It's the optics of this. Instead of talking about and it's like I see people saying, "Oh, people, I've had people DM me, "Oh, you're just fanboying out Enrique. Smoking's not a big deal." It's not that I'm concerned about the lack of that there's not cigarette smoking or references of tobacco usage in this game. What I'm frustrated in and what I see a, kind of being a common theme with Microsoft this console generation is that the messaging always seems to get fumbled up. Instead of us talking about the fucking campaign,
Mm-hmm.
instead of us talking about like I'm saying to you, Knox, man, did you see that campaign footage, man? That shit was fucking so hot, man. Like I
Yeah,
can't wait
yeah.
to like go out and buy it. They're
Mhm.
not, you know what? No, we're not going to show you campaign until the week of release. And then you have people saying, oh well, it's the coalition. It's Gears is in good hands. I'm like, you don't think it's a little bit eyebrow like it raises eyebrows for me. I'm like, if you're confident
Mhm.
about something, you're going to show it.
Absolutely. It's absolutely Gears 5, and that's its title, right? That was
Yeah,
something I really wasn't aware of. I thought it was Gears of War 5. Is it officially shrunken down to Gears 5, no more of war?
it has
That's a thing. That's a real thing. Oh
real thing.
shit,
Yeah.
man. Oh my god. Why?
I,
No.
I don't know. I've heard some people say that it had to do with some controversy or something. I don't know. Because of the usage of war in the title, and so Microsoft decided to be PC about it and changed to Gears instead of Gears of War. I don't know if that's true. I've never read anything. And it's just with this actually I heard this week. This is the first time that I heard this. But hey, real quick, Knox, I want to give a shout out to everyone in the live chat
Oh yeah.
for stopping by and hanging out with us to talk about Gears 5, no cigarettes in game and no campaign footage. um, but my point is Knox is that and I think you agree with this too, is that it's like the messaging has always been like mumbled here, or they fumble the messaging at Microsoft with a lot of their games. And instead of us talking about the campaign footage. And instead of us talking about the game, they're giving us information that we don't want, and they're not giving us the information we do want. I'm sorry, I'm not buying into this thing of oh well, you shouldn't be worried about the Gears 5 campaign because the last Gears 4 campaign was good. The last Gears 4 campaign was okay. it
Well,
wasn't the best in the series.
no,
You know,
no. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna front. Listen, Gears 4 did for me what God of War, I believe God of War 3 did for me, right?
Mhm.
God of War 3 was the one before Ascension, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken, right? So
Ascension was terrible.
yes, and I passed on it. But I mean, before I even knew it was terrible, I passed on it because I said, although I enjoyed the hell out of Gears, out of God of War 3, right? I enjoyed the shit out of it. I said, if it's more of this, if the next God of War is more this, I'm out. And when they dropped Ascension, that's what it was, and a bad version of it. So whatever. I said the same thing with Gears 4. I enjoyed the hell out of Gears. I enjoyed it. I did. But if Gears 5 is more of this, I'm out. Now, the only thing is I wasn't counting on me being able to play it for $1. So that'll change shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it's $1. I already paid for, I got Game Pass for $1 until like 2079.
Yeah,
So I mean, it is what it is, man. But you know, I do want to see some new and refreshing gameplay elements. You don't have to drastically reinvent the franchise. You know what I mean? You don't have to do what Sony did with God of War. That you don't necessarily need to do that. But some refreshing gameplay, fixing some of the aiming issues that we have. We all know Gears is a from the hip shooter. You know what I mean? Like basically with the Nasher. So you know, I'd like to be able to hard aim down sights and have it be effective like it was in Gears 2. I don't know why they went and broke it again, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, I'd like to see something new, bro. Maybe one
yeah.
of those full open worlds where it appears open, but it's pretty linear, but still spacious. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man.
Hey, I want to give
I,
you a big shout out to Meta. The live chat says, "How bad does a game have to be to not play it for $1?"
you know what I mean?
Oh
There
my
are
god,
some, bro.
that's funny.
Or
But
at least
but
try it for $1.
at
Try it
least
for
try
$1.
it for $1, right?
Yeah, because Crackdown was terrible. I didn't play that even for $1. I played it for like 17 seconds and was like, I'm out.
Let me tell you something. It was very easy to get review copies of Crackdown 3 from Microsoft.
Yeah, I'm
I mean, yeah,
pretty
I mean, I
sure.
reached out to Aaron. He was like, "Here you go, absolutely." I mean, it wasn't even like I've had and they haven't always been like that.
they
You
were
know,
giving,
they were.
they were paying people to take it.
I mean,
They were
yeah. I
putting,
mean, it was yeah.
let,
So I
let me
mean,
stop. Let me stop you.
no. I mean, but so it's interesting. There is a rumor out there that in part that the coalition did this with Gears 5 because they were receiving they were going to get additional promotion advertisement of the game on esports for Gears 5. And that's one of the reasons why they do this. Now, I don't know if that's true. That's a rumor that I've seen floating out there. I'm not going to say that's true. I'm just saying that that's out there as a rumor.
Mm.
But what do you think, Knox? Do you think that maybe is in part why
Well,
maybe
because
they decide to kind of go out and announce this, make this big announcement that, hey, you know what, we're not going to feature any tobacco usage in the game or reference tobacco usage. You think maybe like a
I
deal
mean,
was cut like that behind the doors?
it's possible, right? It's
Mhm.
possible. I don't doubt it. I'm just saying, like, if that's what you wanted, right? Like, what? Like they're gonna give them some free esports, publicity or something like that by saying that they're anti-smoking and they agree with truth or whatever. Is that the premise that you're saying?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the rumor that's going out there that's why they did this. That they're
I
going to
mean,
get like additional,
well, that's a pretty terrible marketing ploy there. Then I guess, right? Like you want some free publicity. Listen, how you get free publicity, buddy. This is how you do it. You show Gears gameplay at E3, and we'd all be talking the shit up and talking up a big storm about it. That's
I
all the free publicity you need.
I keep telling people if they had show campaign footage, this would no one would be talking about this.
No one
I
would give a
guarantee
shit.
it. But you know
No one
what?
would give a shit. If it was good gameplay, nobody would have been. It's true. This would have been. It is a non-issue because to me, it's not even a freaking
No,
issue.
no, it is. But it's an issue because instead of again, and I'm going to reiterate this, it's an issue for me because instead of talking about what I want to see in terms of campaign footage and gameplay, we're not talking about the gameplay or the campaign. We're talking about something that's really at the end. I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
It's not really relevant to the game. But that's my point, though. Like, why are we like this is to me like my frustration with Microsoft this console generation. Like, with Sony, Nintendo. I mean, you don't see these things come up really. Yeah, there was the
No.
controversy with Sony and Devil May Cry and the ass cheeks and whatnot, and and Sony censoring that. And by the way, I had people DMing me, Enrique, where's the same energy when Sony censored that? Look, I mean, honestly, I don't think Sony should have censored butt cheeks. You know, if that's,
I think it was like a butt crack or some shit. That's just dumb, man. Yeah, they shouldn't have done that either. And that's the issue that this brings up, because from what I was like reading on Twitter and stuff, right, like Rod Ferguson came out and was like, because his dad passed away. Was it smoking related? Because I thought he said like died of a stroke, something like that, or may he rest in peace and all that. No disrespect to the dead or nothing, but like if he took on this personal crusade in honor of his father to do this and say, well, you know what, I don't want that there. Like we're not adult enough to make our own decisions of, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, bro. Like that's the only issue that this brings up to me. You're gonna make people talk about stuff that they shouldn't even be talking about.
That's been my overall point. Like that's the point. Warrior Ward actually put out a great video, and he said the same thing. He's like, you are giving me information that, as a gamer, I don't want. Gears has always been tied to strong campaigns, and he's like, I want to see that. I want to see the campaign. I don't care about whether or not you guys are going to remove tobacco. You guys are removing something that was never there in the first place.
True.
And that's his frustration. Like, let's talk about the game instead of something that you never even had in the first place. Like you're removing something that was never there, and it makes no sense.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And what makes even less sense of the whole thing is, like I said, it just creates this conversation that shouldn't even be taking place. Like you really don't need any more negativity surrounding Gears. I really want the damn title to be successful. I want it to be impressive. I want to enjoy it. I want it to be a great title. And so far, it's just mired in nothing but negativity and bad publicity, if lack thereof, you know what I mean? Like lack of publicity, period. And then whatever it does get, it's negative. It's bad. So
yeah, and let me tell you, and look, full disclosure, guys, I don't want this game to fail. I had some other people DM me saying that, oh, you want this game to fail? You're a pony. I'm like, no. I bring this up, and I said this to you in DM, Knox. Look, I've been on the Xbox train for 18 years. And I spent a lot of money.
Yep.
I made those guys rich.
Yep.
Spent a lot of money. I was a beta tester. I went out, and so I could be a beta tester, and I didn't need to do this. But I got rid of my 56K internet connection. I gave AOL the middle finger. I called Comcast, because Comcast had just rolled out broadband internet in my neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And I made the switch to broadband, and I didn't have to at the time, because you really didn't need broadband back in like 2001.
No.
And I did that because I wanted to be an Xbox Live beta tester. So a lot of my frustration comes from the fact that I've been here 18 years, and I've seen like this regression, not progression. I mean, don't get me wrong, they done some good things, Knox. I think you would agree that Game Pass is a great service.
No, absolutely. Microsoft has revolution. I mean, just the whole Xbox Live, the whole voice chat, all of that, man. Like that's all accredited to them. That gaming is online. Online gaming, the way we know it now, has come to fruition thanks to it, by fucking Xbox Live, bro, and Microsoft. It's the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is, and Microsoft has done a lot of great things. You said regression. You see, I don't know. I mean, it definitely
I see regression from content perspective.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely is, but I don't think it's I think it's just a whole shift in direction. I really just feel that it's a shift in direction. It's not. I can't believe that they just stumble all the time like this. These guys, there's $1 trillion freaking corporation, man. These guys don't make these mistakes, bro. They pay people to analyze this type of shit, man. This is intentional. It is an intentional, as far as the content stuff goes. It is an intentional shift in direction. They want to take this somewhere else. They want to change the way they're perceived, because the bro box was the Xbox. You know what I mean? You went there, you played your shooters. It had the mature content. It's what I went there for. You know what I mean? It was for that.
But not only that, Knox. I mean, they had some other really good games. Like you talk about the OG Xbox. I mean, and I brought this up on Crossfire. Ninja Gaiden was an exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive. Yeah.
I mean, that was a big deal back then. I mean, Ninja Gaiden was a big franchise, and they came to Xbox, but because Tomonobu Itagaki, I can never pronounce his name right, believed in the power of the console, and it basically trashed the PlayStation 2. You know, he said that this, you know, the vision and the kind of game that I want to create can never be done on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And it can only be done on Xbox, and that was huge. That was a huge. I mean, to have that game on an unproven box, an
Yep.
unproven console, was so big, and
And
then
not only that flew that made consoles fly off the shelves too.
yeah,
Man, people love Ninja. That game was dope.
yeah,
You know
Ninja
what I'm
Gaiden
saying?
was dope, man. Yeah,
You know what I mean? And they even started getting like Abe's Odyssey or Abe's Exodus and stuff like that
Mhm.
became exclusive to them because those were Tecmo games too, right? So pretty much Tecmo just became exclusive to them. These are the things that they were doing. This is what I said on an episode of Crossfire a while back, that Microsoft has always been synonymous with their second party deals. Gears was a second party deal that became first party. So
Mhm.
was Halo. So you know what I'm saying? Like their titles, so is Forza, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like they snatched them up after the fact. So why did you stop practicing this, right? If this was your bread and butter, this is what your fans like. Nobody was complaining about anything, right? Until you say to gamers, we're not doing that anymore. We're not taking that approach. We're not spending money to secure any second party exclusive stuff just for you guys, you know, to validate that you purchased this console. And I know I'll probably get shit for saying that right now, but you know, it is true, right? And then you take that away. Then you buy the studios. What? Almost at the end of the generation, you start acquiring all these studios. You know, whatever they work on is going to come to fruition for next generation and all that. So if you were going to do that, I'm not blaming them for this. A good move that they did that, right? Absolutely, it's going to be great. 10 years from now, we're going to see the results of these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
10 years from now, we're going to see
yeah.
the results of these things. 5, the least, and that would have been fine as long as I had some second party goodies exclusive to the console. You know, what happened to the days where Ubisoft was making exclusives for Microsoft? Could you imagine like Odyssey or being exclusive to Microsoft? I mean, they
Mhm.
would have had to pay out the ass for that shit.
I
But
mean, Splinter Cell
Splinter Cell was a big,
was an
that was,
exclusive for some time on
yeah,
the OG Xbox. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, look at all the Sega games that were on the OG Xbox: Panzer Dragoon Orta, Jet Set Radio. What else? Fantasy Star, which is
Yeah,
which is actually coming back on Xbox now for they got it locked up for a year.
yeah, I think
Um,
that's exclusive for a while. That's good. See, they need to make more moves like that, and I want to get into Fantasy Star.
yeah,
That was probably one of the things I was excited about.
but look, like to your point, look at a game like Judgment that just released last week from Sega. You know, that's actually a pretty damn good game. If you like the Yakuza games, yeah, you definitely should check out Judgment. It's in the same vein of the Yakuza franchise. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. But I like the Yakuza game, so
I've never
but
played them. I've never even played one Yakuza game.
yeah, they're pretty good, man. I like them. They're pretty good. But you know, Knox, this has kind of been, and I share the same frustration with you, and I only say this to people. Look, it's I think when you spend the kind of money that we spend in these products, you know, and you feel like they're not delivering the goods, you should voice your opinion. There isn't anything wrong with this, and it's funny, like how I get DMs of people like, oh, you're just hating, you're a pony. I'm like, nah, I'm just a concerned consumer who's invested a lot into this ecosystem.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we listen. There's a reason why the numbers are the way they are, right? Whatever we know, man. If we're gonna be generous and give them 45 install base, you know what I'm saying? 45 mil, whatever. Cool, but there's a reason those numbers are that way. It's a reason they're so lopsided. There's never been a like such a lopsided generation like that. Bro, 2-1, like that's OD. So being a loyalist and oh yeah, man, all right. I mean, nah, man, like, come on, bro. You got to hold these guys accountable. If you want the stuff that you want, if you're happy with that, great. If you feel like me and like Enrique and out there and all that, it is what it is, man. We have to voice it if we want it to change, or if not, it's not going to change. Either that, or like I said, I really think it's a shift in direction, and they're not going to change no matter what. And then say like, yo, come back later. I'll tell you, I really think that they don't care if we buy a console or not.
Well, he's kind of said that. I mean,
he has said it.
I mean, he's like, hey, I don't care if you buy a console. I mean, I think the writing's on the wall. I think a lot of people are a little bit are probably don't want to see what the writing on the wall is. But I'm a full believer that the future of Xbox is going to be, kind of like the Netflix of gaming, which is fine. They have every right to run the business the way they do. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm not hating on them for that. It's just at the end of the day, if it doesn't speak to me, it doesn't speak to me.
Yep.
And like a Nate said in the live chat, basically said, then you should stop wasting money. I mean, that's what I do. I mean, that's where I'm at right now. I mean, I'm not even.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, Knox, I'm not even going to buy an Xbox Scarlet. This will be the first time that an Xbox console releases, a new one releases that I'm not going to buy.
Yep, I'm right there with you. I've made the decision myself. I'm gonna just stick to my X. I don't even know if I want to continue to buy content even for my X going forward. Because I'm seriously debating just getting stuff on PS5 and taking it across. I mean, taking my PS4 stuff across with me. So I'm like, damn. Now I start looking at games and I'm like, oh shit, that's third party. Maybe I'll cop that on my PS4 now, which is something I wouldn't have said before.
Chief told me in the live chat says this is a PR stunt. In my opinion, people are talking about the game now.
It's true, but it's in a negative light, and I get it. Bad publicity, good publicity is publicity, but when it's negative, that can have an impact in a way that you're not gonna like. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, Knox, I want to address something in the live chat. Mr. Glass says, "Oh my God, nothing but doom and gloom." Oh God, here, guys, if we're not happy with a product, that doesn't mean that Xbox is doom and gloom. No, I don't think anyone on this panel has said that Xbox is doomed. I just shared my opinion of where I think, based on my interpretation of the messaging from Microsoft and Phil Spencer, and some of the things they have put together in place, like Game Pass, and the emphasis on Game Pass this E3, that they're heading towards a Netflix type service. And that's my opinion. It's not doom and gloom. It just means that probably, in my opinion, they're heading in a different direction. I don't understand that. Why, if you're critical of something, it's, you're being doom and gloom. No, doom and gloom is if I said to you, oh my God, Knox, holy shit, man. Like, Microsoft, they're fucked. They're not going to make it.
They're out of it. They're done. I mean, listen, they're going in a direction that doesn't speak to me. The direction that they're heading in is it's not calling me out, man. Like, I gotta go where I'm gonna get the most bang for my buck, in all honesty, man. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when they put the stuff out there, if they write this ship and I see shit that I like over there, I can always go back, man. I can always be like, hey, maybe I'll buy a Scarlet now. Maybe it'll be like $200.
Yeah. Shinzo Lisa's in just sharing his opinion. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's fine. Mr. Glass, if that's your opinion, but I'm telling you, this is not doom and gloom. We're not saying that
not at
Microsoft's going to fail. We're just saying that they're heading in a different direction. And look, they're profitable. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or about that. They're making money. That's all these companies care about. They care about making money, and that's what they're doing. So, props to them. But like I said on Crossfire, they're just not speaking to me anymore.
Yeah. And again, that goes to show that what the consumer's telling them is keep doing what you're doing, because you're making it. We're making you a lot. We're here. We're handing you our money hand over fist. So to them, that's why when people say, I can't believe that Phil Spencer was so shocked, right? Like, I think Crap has put it out there so many times. He was actually shocked. Like, oh man, I really thought that this E3 was going to be dope. I really thought I put on a great show. Like he believes his own shit, I guess, because that's what the fans are telling him, right? That's what consumers are telling him.
Yeah, but apparently he didn't like a lot of the criticism that he received, that Phil received from the, because there was criticism levied against him in the show, that they kind of played it too safe. I didn't think the show was terrible. I mean, I think the one thing that Microsoft's done really well more recently is they've definitely showed a different variety in terms of games that are coming to the platform, which is good. I didn't think they necessarily had that variety early on this console gen. So, Mr. Glass says constructive criticism is fantastic. Ridicule is not. Look, man, I'm a consumer dude, and I put a lot of money into this console. And if I feel like, they're not speaking to me,
that's it.
I have the right to do that as a consumer.
Absolutely. And when I voice my opinion, if I don't do it in the delicate fashion that some may want, then well, so be it. I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there. How I put it out there, I shouldn't be considered ridicule because we're not ridiculing anybody when we're using facts to describe what's really going on. Like it's a fact that they haven't put out any fantastic triple A's recently that are of great quality. Crackdown was not a quality AAA title, and it is considered a AAA title. It just wasn't good quality. Sea of Thieves was a year off. It shouldn't have even released. You know what I'm saying? In the way it did. So that there goes that. It's a beautiful game, but it was not a quality product. There was nothing to do in this beautiful world, literally, except chase a damn pig around or some crap like that. or you know what I mean? The State of Decay 2 was broken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. And I don't see them. Look, what's the next one coming? What's the next one coming now? Battletoads is probably going to be their next exclusive, right? And Gears. Well, Gears now, but then after that, what? Battletoads and then what? Halo Infinite next year.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. You bring up that point, and this is in stark contrast. If you look at, what Sony's put out in terms of exclusive titles, and look, exclusives matter. I don't care what anyone says. They're the showcase, the showpiece of your hardware, right?
They absolutely matter. Stadia is going to start teaching everybody that exclusives matter again. I don't know why. If Sony hasn't painted the picture bright enough, Stadia is going to do that. Because
Nintendo? Nintendo has.
Nintendo's untouchable. I don't even, when it comes to the first party stuff, man. Nintendo, that's it. That's what I'm saying. How many times has Super Mario been reinvented? Nintendo knows it'll get stale if you're playing the same thing, right? And every time they reinvent it, it is freaking great. It is just it is a top tier, top quality product. So is Zelda.
Yeah, that's a great point, man.
So is Metroid.
Yeah,
I mean it is. But Smash Brothers. I'm not even a fan of that. Mario Kart. Anything Nintendo first party, bro, is pretty much platinum status, bro.
Yeah, and so it's interesting if you go back, you look at this console generation. I said this when Horizon Zero Dawn came out and the new God of War came out. They essentially, rebooted the God of War franchise.
Yeah.
And when they did that, and they released like Spider-Man, I said to myself, holy shit, they just sold PlayStation 5s already.
Yep.
Because that's what they did. I mean, think about it. I mean, how many people are going to go out and buy a PlayStation 5 now because they want to play the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yep, absolutely. And if it's a launch title, more than likely, right? It should be. They should have been working on that. It's very possible. That could be a launch title. Hell yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board for everything that they're going to bring out, that they could potentially bring out, because it's just that good. That the pedigree speaks for itself right there as far as their first party quality games go.
Yeah,
if you like their stuff, I love Infamous. I love Horizon Zero Dawn, man. I slept on that at first. I thought it was like overrated, and then I played it. I'm like, yo, this game was dope, man. I really enjoyed it. God of War, forget it, bro. It's game of the year. I don't got to say even more about that. Uncharted 4. I'm still 3 levels away from ending it, but you know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it while I was playing it. You can't be denied, bro. The quality's there. So, and that's automatically making me say, well, if Microsoft isn't giving me what I want, I'm getting already what I want from Sony. So I'm going to continue to do that, and even more exclusively so, because I'm not going to get Microsoft's next console. I will, if I see something I like, log onto my PC, or I'll get right on my X and pay $9 that month. Well, I already have it for a long time. So if I see it on Game Pass and I want to play it, I'll consume it that way, bro. That's the option he's giving me, so that's the avenue I'm going to exhaust. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
Yeah, Ryan Landis in live chat says, "Are they skipping the big media blitz for Gears because of Game Pass?"
I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah,
that wouldn't. Why don't you make a nice big ass Game Pass commercial with headlining with Gears? You know what I mean? That's how you would do an advertisement. You want to sell some of this Game Pass stuff?
Yes.
Make a commercial of Gears of War exclusively on Game Pass and Xbox One. Boom. And
for $1. For $1.
Jump in for $1 for 29 years.
Oh my God. I would. Why? Like that's. Oh my. Yes.
That's the way you do that. But instead, yeah, we don't have smoking. That's the route. Good. That's the good PR right there.
Yeah, we don't have smoking. I mean, you're right. They should have Gears 5, like a cutscene trailer, CGI, you know,
Hell yeah. With
and
some dope ass song. Shit, even put Mad World back on it. Put the
yes,
Mad World.
yeah,
She's
show me
going
Mad.
crazy, right? She's going crazy with the whole Locust Queen, right? That's the whole little that's what I
Yeah,
took
like
away from seeing her go.
I think she's like connected somehow.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm
You
saying.
know,
So you see her inner turmoil, right? When
kind
we
of
saw
like
at E3.
it's kind of like Sigourney Weaver in that Aliens movie. Remember?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
I think I just cracked the campaign.
yes.
I no, I mean, what Aliens movie is that? Do you remember that when Sigourney Weaver is she could feel the queen?
Yeah, I forget yeah, it was the one where they damn it, I'm forgetting
The
the
queen gave birth to her, right?
yes, yeah, she was
Oh
yes, yes.
shit! So maybe the queen gave birth to what's her face? Uh,
Well, they're related somehow. I guess the mother, I guess it's a grandmother. I would say the queen is her grandmother, right? Because her mother was Raina, right? In part 4,
I think so. Yeah,
that she died.
yeah, she died. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. They
that's
gave her
it. It's based the campaign. You know why they don't want to show us this? The campaign
mm,
because we've
you-
seen this before. We saw it in Aliens.
but hey, but if it's done well, I'll enjoy the shit out of it. If they got some new game plan, they do that story well. It's all right. Just spit it differently. Don't if you're gonna go that route, that's pretty cool. Go ahead and do it. Just add your own flair to it. I don't see them not having a good story. I think they're gonna have a good story.
Yeah.
Is
Nate says, I'm going to keep 100. If your flagship title can't stand on in-game graphics these days, you got another problem. CGI commercials need to stop. Nah, I disagree with that, dude. CGI is the best way to show off a title, man.
yep.
You show off the sexiest thing you have in terms of footage. If it's CGI, you do it because you know what? People want to see that. That's all they
Yeah.
like that's I mean that's how you're gonna wow them more
You know
with
how many?
CGI.
You know how many casuals got baited? Yo, listen, back in the days, man, when they used to give that Final Fantasy VII commercial for
Oh,
PlayStation.
I was one of them. Like the game looks like this.
Yeah, no, but not only that, mad people that went, of course, when they popped it in and realized it was an RPG. So, casuals be getting got. But that's the point of advertising, right? Like just to bring them in. It brought them in, though. They'd be like, yo, what is this game? Because they don't like RPGs. They were expecting this action of it, but they saw something so thrilling. And so they were like, yo, I gotta go buy a PlayStation for that shit. Or you know what I'm saying? That's the way you're supposed to do it, man. You use CG. Why not?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's the best way to show your title off.
It's a commercial.
Yeah.
It's a commercial. We'll know better. We're going to do the research and check it out and all that good shit.
Yeah, real quick, I want to go back to the Gears thing a little bit with the campaign and why a lot of us have been asking us for footage. If you guys remember, I mean, Rod basically said, "Hey, we played it safe last Gears, but this time with the campaign, we're not going to play it safe. It's going to I think he described it as, and I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember the exact quotes, but I think something to the effect of, it's going to be different. It's going to be bigger.
Yes.
It's going to be not revolutionary, but it's going to be an evolution of campaign from what we've, I guess, typically have experienced in Gears. So, I think a lot of us, myself included, was like, oh, this is cool. Like, okay, they're gonna try some maybe new things, implement maybe new gameplay techniques or mechanics or whatever the case is.
Yeah. I was super excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we saw a little bit of that with the Gears 4, some of the bigger set pieces than we've seen in previous Gears games. And I thought, okay, well, maybe they're going to build off that. And so that's why I think a lot of us, and I think people are forgetting that a lot of us in hearing that messaging, and then we're not seeing the campaign is where we're like, well, wait a minute, you said that you guys are going to try all these cool things, and you're not showing us. So like, what's going on? Like, that's not atypical behavior of a Gears game. We've always seen, and you mentioned the theme song to was it Gears 3 with Mad World?
That was Gears 1.
Oh, Gears 1. I'm sorry. That Gears has always shown that element of gameplay, of campaign footage. So we're going into this blindly, and it's odd in my opinion that here we are, and then Rod was very transparent in laying out the game plan. Okay, we showed the new the new escape mode at E3. Gamescom's going to come around, and we're going to show some more Horde and more multiplayer stuff, and then we're going to show you the campaign
in September.
the week the game releases.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
I don't even understand that. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Just flip some of those shits around.
Yeah.
You know, show Horde in September and show this campaign, you know, before that. Man, I can't call it. It's frustrating to even try to wrap your mind around it because it just doesn't make sense. You think about it and you try to make sense of why are they doing this and I figure maybe they think, hey, you can get in on Gears for the minimum of $1, the baseline price of $9.99, or retail value $59.99 over here in New York, right? So I guess they figured, hey, we're giving you so many options in order to play this game that we don't gotta show you nothing. To me, that's still wrong. It's still, but is that the only thing that that's the only thing that I could think that makes sense is, hey, you know what? You can play it for $9. You can play it for $1 if you took advantage of Game Pass or the deal that we've had out for like 3 weeks now. Or you can buy it. Buying being the last option. And of course, but with that being an option, shouldn't you be advertising for the people that want to take that option and buy the game instead of just saying, well, you know, you can get in on it for $9. You can at least try it. If you don't like it, well, you gave us $10.
Yeah.
Play one of the other 150 turds that are in there, and maybe Metro if you haven't.
No, there's some good games though in Game Pass, like Metro Exodus.
There is.
Yeah, I mean Metro Exodus is phenomenal. I mean that's one of the best games I played in Game Pass. I want to go to live chat real quick. Jello303 said they already showed campaign last year. Yeah, they showed us like a launch scene or campaign scene to announce Gears 5, but they did that with Gears 4, and then the next year they came back and showed campaign footage the following year at E3. They're not doing that this year, you know.
And the thing is that the footage that they showed last year, right? It was where's the new revolutionary stuff? You know what I'm saying? Because that skiff, that skiff, I don't even know if that's a cutscene or if that's real in real gameplay.
Yeah,
I can't tell. We only saw the gameplay when she was fighting, right? You know, when she and that looked like Gears. That's not a bad thing, but where's this revolutionary changes? You went out of your way to let us know that, hey, Gears 5, not your average Gears. Things are going to be different. Say goodbye to the Gears you remember with Gears 4. We played it safe. This is the one we wanted to make sure that we get it right. Now we want to do it our way. Well, your way is the same way that it's been done for the last 6 iterations of the game. So, or at least that's what you're leading me to believe, because that's the footage. That's what I thought. I thought we were going to get some of that new gameplay changes that they've made, whatever innovations they made, and we were going to get a glimpse of that at E3. That's all I wanted, was a little glimpse of that. If you got him doing supers, let me see if he's doing a Destiny super. That should be great. Let him stomp all over the place like a Titan. You know what I mean? I'm just because they do, right? You saw we got kind of a taste of that, right? They got like these little special moves in that what you call it, in that escape gameplay. They did some weird shit with somebody was blowing up or something.
Hey, real quick, we'll go live chat real quick, Knox. OBJ the Don says, please stop saying they showed us campaign last year. No, they didn't. That was a teaser reveal trailer. That's the OBJ. That's a great point. People are I think confusing the two, and that's my point. They showed a reveal trailer for Gears 4, and the following E3 they showed actual campaign footage. But they're not doing this time around. They're not doing that. So especially after all, as I mentioned earlier, and what Knox was saying, you know, after all the talk of, you know, the new changes and how they weren't going to play it safe. You know, this is why we're questioning these things, you know, because they have told us and set an expectation that they're going to be incorporating new things in the campaign, but we haven't seen that yet.
Exactly. So and there's no reason why, other than maybe you don't have faith in your product.
You know what, Knox, man, I hate to be that's when I say I hate to be doom and gloom.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're confident, man, you go out there and you pound your chest.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is what we have. I mean, look at Cyberpunk. I mean, they came out there, I mean, and they showed gameplay footage. You know, I mean, and because they're confident in the product.
Yeah. And everybody's talking about it, right?
Everyone's talking about it.
Everybody talks about it. People have already made the decision that game is being purchased day one. I'm sure there are people that made the decision with Gears, but the difference with Gears is there's a lot of people that are in doubt, and I don't think there's anybody in doubt about Cyberpunk. If you're a fan of that, you're getting that. Gears right now has fans of it on the fence a little bit, like shit.
I mean, dude, I've been rocking with Gears day one, man. I mean,
hell yeah, it's just the reason I got a 360.
When Cliffy B was out there on stage, and before he had a Lamborghini or whatever it is he drives, I mean, seriously, I was there. I mean, we saw Gears. You remember the excitement for Gears 1? You're like, oh, this shit is crazy. Like,
man,
I remember that.
Remember the GamePro article, bro? I had the whole freaking. They had like a whole 10-page. I think it was GamePro, right? It was either GamePro. What was one of them? They had like a 10-page spread on Gears, bro. When it was about, and that shit was like 9 months away when they did that, bro. Like that's how hype people got just off the magazine, and then people talking about it and excited about it. And
I'll tell you, when Gears came out, I was like, Halo, what?
Yeah, man, Gears did it.
Yeah, that campaign, man. What that campaign and the multiplayer? It was so hot.
Yeah, it was, bro. That game was the truth. It's what I want to see Microsoft continue to do. I mean, hell, even Nintendo put out new IP with freaking Splatoon and all that, right?
Yeah.
Sony with Horizon Zero Dawn. What the? Well, we got Sea of Crap.
Oh my God. Knox, I'm gonna get a lot of hate DMs you guys are doom and gloom. You guys are ponies.
Let me stop.
What's funny though is that Knox, I see you on Xbox Live. I know you're on Xbox a lot, and a lot of people probably don't realize this. Both of us are on Xbox a lot.
Yeah.
Because that's where our friends play. But I mean, I got a lot of friends that are on PlayStation now, and so and it's funny, like I mentioned, I'm not really sold on Scarlet because I can still play the Scorpio. The X is going to be pretty much forward compatible.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking at, honestly, I'm looking at building a PC rig, man.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I've been thinking about that myself. I mean, I have one, but mine's a little dated now. I did put it together. I don't know, like freaking 8-9 years ago, some shit. So it's pretty much time. And I've been debating it, but again, like when I built this one, see, it's like I'm not a PC gamer. Like I only play MMOs on it, really. So when I was playing like World of Warcraft, and when I was playing the Old Republic and stuff like that, that's basically what I got it for. Then everything else, I definitely can't play first-person shooters on there. I suck with mouse and keyboard. As shooters, I can't play them. So I can't play Destiny there. You know what I'm saying? And I bought a couple of, you can plug and play your controller now. So you can play definitely games like Assassin's Creed and The Division and all that. And you can put your controller and play Destiny 2 now over there and all that. But you're going to get smoked.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Yeah, I mean, that's actually an issue. I know people were complaining about crossplay with Sea of Thieves, where people were cheating, PC gamers were cheating, and there was no option to filter out whether or not you wanted to play with PC gamers. I'll tell you what, you never want if you're playing a shooter, you never want to go against mouse keyboard. You will lose every time. It is way too fast, way too accurate.
Yeah, they have to be terrible for you to, because I'm pretty sure there's people that are out there that are nice and play. But if a controller player meets a keyboard and mouse player, and they are of the same skill, the mouse and keyboard player has the advantage because of
absolutely.
And that's them being the same exact skill. They're both nice at the game. They both got the same skill, but that mouse and keyboard guy will win.
My dog's barking in the background here.
That's all right.
Believe it or not, somebody's at my door right now. You know what? Hey, Knox, can you hold down the fort real quick, man?
Yeah, go ahead, go get it.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break, station identification break. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on just a sec here. I guess he's at the door.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. I ain't gonna drop $60 either. They haven't showed me anything. You know what I'm saying? Anything for me to really go out there. Like I said, man, they This is what I say, guys. They give us the option, right, to play it on Game Pass, right? So why not use the option? Matter of fact, not only are they giving you the option, but they're kind of just like ushering you towards it, by the stuff that they do, like the not showing you the gameplay of the campaign, just this whole truth thing. It's like they saying, don't buy it, go to Game Pass and get it. At least
$4
that's what I think. Yeah.
for $1.
$1.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I would be advertising that shit on television
Everywhere. I'd be having people, I'd be using Gears right now to bring people into Game Pass at $9.99. None of this dollar deal shit. Show that. That's what I'm saying. If you got that kind of a beast of a product, you use that shit to your advantage. You should be selling Xbox One X's with it. You should be selling Game Pass with it. Everything. That's the way you should be doing this right now. And if they and that's what I'm saying, Enrique, if they had that faith in that product, they would be doing this. So that they aren't, leads me to believe, man, that they're shook. They're shook that they got another, that it's not, it's going to be a good game, but it's not going to be the great game that I think we all expect it to be.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an average. I mean, you look at the Metacritic for Gears 4.
I hope I'm wrong.
It's 84, Gears 4, the Metacritic. So I'm thinking it'll probably be something like that, man, which is fine. It's not bad, but it's not the same. It's not the same tier where the previous first 2-3 Gears were. And I've heard some people make the argument that the quality in their first party stuff has kind of gone downhill. If you look at games like, if you look at their tentpole franchises like Halo and Gears, and if you look at Metacritic, maybe you can make that argument.
Yeah. I mean, Halo was average, right? Halo 5 was okay.
Multiplayer was great. The campaign was terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the campaign. I didn't
like it, man.
I just crushed through it. I can't tell you what the hell happened. I don't even know the story. I really wasn't paying attention because it didn't capture me at all. I just played it to play it because I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Like this is what they're doing, and this is why people want to see. People just want to reaffirm, to get that reaffirmment that Microsoft does want to put these kind of quality products out and want to have faith in this shit and want to cater to all of their consumers, not just a certain demographic there,
Yeah. Hey, Knox, Talis in the live chat had a question for you. He wants to know, can you explain why people talk so much trash about Nintendo when they release more games in a month than Xbox does in a year? I've never heard people.
I don't know who talks trash about Nintendo.
Yeah, I haven't really. Yeah, you don't come across people like talking shit about Nintendo like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, because like I said, man, Nintendo's their own entity right there, bro. They're like separate. I don't know, but it's weird. It's weird with Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't play Nintendo games anymore just because I kind of outgrew them. But I enjoy watching my children play it. And I see that the games are off the hook. They're dope games. I can't get into them anymore. That's just me.
Knox, man, that Zelda is fire, man.
Yeah, I've debated playing that, man.
It's good. It is really good.
Oh yeah, I know. My daughter was playing that. Yeah, I can tell, bro.
Jello says no one cares about Nintendo. Oh my god.
Nah, Nintendo, bro. Nintendo. They're always going to be here, bro. Nintendo ain't going nowhere.
They're about to lap Xbox One in sales.
Just sure. Even with a Switch that don't switch, they're going to drop a Switch that don't switch.
Exactly. Oh my god. That was funny when they made that announcement with the Switch Lite. They're like, why? People are like, why are they calling it the Switch? It doesn't switch.
Yeah, sure, it don't switch. It's the portable version of the Switch, I guess.
Yeah, I tell you, man, they're selling gangbusters. What a great story though, comeback story for them. They have the highest attach rate in the industry right now. I think it's like 15. For every, I think it's like 15. The average, I think the attach rate is like 15, 15-1. So something like that, something crazy like that. I mean, they're killing it, man. They are killing it.
No, yeah.
And they're doing it without all the the more recent features. I think obviously they're online still a little archaic, with trying to find your friends. They give you that social security number or whatever that number is.
And how they doing it, Enrique, with what? with
games exclusives.
with
I mean,
exclusives. There you go. With
yeah.
exclusives. Aren't they dropping another platinum exclusive game to them? I'm forgetting the name. It's some weird ass name there.
I think so. They are. It is a
Something
platinum game.
Astral Plane.
Yeah, Astroplane or something like that. Yeah, that game looks hot.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of platinum, but it looks dope. The point is they got exclusives, right? You want to play Bayonetta, you got to do it there. You want to play Splatoon, you got to do it there. Zelda there, Mario there. This train shit there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's the way you do it.
Astral Chain, that's what it is. And Nate just said it in the live chat.
Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
And again, they got a couple of other joints dropping too.
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, yeah. It's I always tell people. I think people got caught up in the narrative of, what's funny? You talking about games. I think people got caught up in the power narrative so much that it became, oh well, so long as my hardware plays third party games, they look the best. That's all that matters. And it's like, no, it's more than that.
Yeah, it is more than that, because I've always said it. Even when they were trying to spin that narrative with the Xbox Fat, I still got all my multi-plats on the Xbox over PlayStation. There's only a few I got on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Because I do support both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I do have quite a few PlayStation games, even third-party joints over there and stuff. But to me, third parties are always going to cater to the lowest common denominator anyway. So you're going to get maybe a little slight improvement. It's nothing that's groundbreaking. Like I said, Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox One X is phenomenal. It is awesome. It is just as awesome on the PS4 Pro. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I've had friends that played on the Pro and they tell me about their experience. Oh, it looks amazing. It's great. They don't know any different.
No, it's that you come on. They put in the work in that game. It doesn't matter. Like, look, I got Destiny 2. I got it on both actually, but I main it on Xbox, and I do it because I got the 4K native 4K. When I play on PlayStation already, like I'm not really seeing any difference, but whatever. I know it's 4K on my X, so I just play it there. like you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But realistically, there's no reason I can't be playing it on my PlayStation. And when this cross-platform progression comes, I am going to be playing on my PlayStation. So
yeah. No, it's interesting. Like I've certainly picked up some multi-plats that probably perform better on X, but because of the controller on the PS4, I've gone with the PS4 version.
Oh, you prefer the PS4? That's one.
I think there's some games like Sekiro is one of them. Sekiro I think plays better for me at least.
With the parallel sticks,
than it does with the Xbox controller.
See, that's probably one of my biggest things. Like
Devil May Cry is another title. Platformer like Bloodstain. I think Bloodstain. I just recently played it on PlayStation 4. I haven't for Xbox One X, but I felt like the controller was a little more intuitive for that game. So I think there's certain games where I feel like the controllers are better suited. On the PS4 than the Xbox, and vice versa. I mean, it works both ways.
Yeah. For me, I always prefer the Xbox layout because I like it, and it's just the sticks. I just like them, the Xbox style. You know what I'm saying? But I did cop the Razer Raiju for my PlayStation, and that shit is hot.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it hot?
Yeah. That controller's dope. And nice. I got its Xbox equivalent too, which is the Wolverine, because I like the buttons up top. It's got like an extra button. It got 2 extra buttons up top so that you can jump when you're jumping, like in first person shooters, like in Destiny or whatever. You can jump and be turning at the same time, as opposed to taking your finger off to turn and then jump again.
I need to get that. Yeah,
it's pretty dope. So now I'm good controller wise, but that was something that really did keep me a lot on my Xbox, is that even though the DualShock 4 2 is pretty cool, but it's at least big. I hated the PlayStation 3 controller. I hated it, bro.
I thought it was trash.
Yeah, man, that shit.
I wasn't a fan of it.
I'm like, what the fuck? You got to be mini me to grip this shit. Like it's mad little, bro. Like, what the
that's funny, man. Yeah. All right. Well, Knox, man. Hey, I want to say thank you again, man, for coming on the show tonight or today. I'm glad we finally got to get you on BRAP, man.
Yo, thanks for having me, brother. I really appreciate it, bro. It was a pleasure to be here, man. And and it's good, man. I like BRAP.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. And I like the work that you do and content you put out, and I enjoyed your seeing you on Crossfire and some of the other podcasts. But let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can always find me on Twitter at Dean Knox, right here on YouTube, in Knox We Trust. There are new episodes in the works. You know what I'm saying? I'm just buying new equipment and stuff like that. And I'm trying to, set it up nice and shit because, I look at the footage and I'm like, yeah, I got to fix that shit. And on Wednesdays, Xbox Nation, Saturdays, the next podcast. And you already know, kid.
All right, man. No doubt,
So
man.
Dundee.
Yeah, well, Knox, man, we gotta get you back on again soon, man.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. It was a pleasure to be here anytime, man.
I know you have a scheduled conflict on Wednesday, man. So we'll have to figure something out. Maybe do like another rant or a special edition of BRAP or something. We'll figure it out though. We'll figure it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But no, man, seriously, thank you again for coming on. Big shout out to everyone in the live chat. If you guys haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. Yep. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know when we go on live. So everyone enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We will catch you guys next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.
Peace.